this video, I'm going to talk to you about trust and how trust is the key to social and business success. According to the late Stephen Covey, relationships are built on trust. Both your personal and professional relationships must be built on trust if you want them to last for many years. Friendships, romantic relationships that value trust will last longer. The more trust that exists between people, the more our personal and professional lives and our political relationships will thrive. Business relationships that value trust will experience more success. You know, trust is based on consistent behavior that does not change because of changing circumstances. Employees that trust their bosses are more likely to remain with that company longer. Companies that hold up their end of the business deals build stronger trust and long-term relationships. Customers who feel that they can trust your company will be loyal to your brand, and every professional and customer relationship benefits from trustworthy practices. Think about why are companies like Amazon, Alibaba, eBay, PayPal, and so forth so successful? Because people know they can trust these companies and their brands, and that they stand behind with an ironclad guarantee of their products and services that sell products on their platforms. All commerce depends on trust. Without trust, business slows down to a snail's pace, and it's much more difficult to conduct business when trust is missing. This is vital in a global economy where transactions happen between individuals who don't even know each other. People who are out to make a quick buck only damage the global economy and damage themselves long term without realizing it. There's a Chinese proverb I love. It's death by 1,000 cuts. What this means is that if everyone does a little bit of untrustworthy behavior, gradually we'll cut down the whole tree, kill the economy. If most everyone were to be crooked and untrustworthy, do you think you'd buy a product or service from an unknown person overseas? Of course not. You'd be inclined to do business with only people you know or who are geographically near you. In business, it's key that people keep their word in order to maintain a fruitful business relationship. Trust between individuals is the cornerstone of economics. It's critical for B2B, business to business, or B2C, business to customer. It's the one crucial element that drives a successful and strong economy. Our World on Data compiled research to see the effects of trust across the world. In the study, a strong positive relationship was revealed between the trust and GDP per capita. For the most part, most citizens of the higher GDP per capita nations believe people could be trusted. Clearly, trust has a huge impact on global economics. But to help foster trust, society needs to follow some basic rules. When relationships lack trust, people take fewer risks in business, and economic growth slows, perhaps even grinding to a halt. And you end up with closed circles of groups only doing business together with those that they know. Much of this you can see in third world countries. Trust drives economics. What's the real difference between a rich economy and a poor one? Generally, it's good administration and trust between people. Trust in their government and its public institutions. But if a country has natural resources, does this mean the country and its citizens will be rich? No, not by any means. Trust is much more important than natural resources. Does Switzerland have any natural resources? No. It has a strong private banking sector with lots of cash and gold, and these are a type of resource, but it doesn't produce natural resources from the ground. But compare Venezuela with Norway. Both are oil-rich nations, but are both economically prosperous? Intentions of this video is not to say some nationalities are better than others, but rather to point out that trust is vital for a strong economy. Let's compare countries such as Germany, Netherlands, Japan, Scandinavian countries, Singapore, UK, USA, and a bunch of other countries. What do all these countries have in common? Their legal systems work relatively well. Most of the people generally follow most of the rules, most of the time. But if we compare poor nations with more natural resources but lack trust between individuals, business leaders of these countries are not nearly as prosperous. And why is that? And some are even exploited by other countries or even sometimes corporations. Why are these countries exploited? Frequently because the leaders are corrupt. And again, the issue is a lack of trust, integrity, and honesty. Trust starts all with you. If you want to change the world or live in a better world for your kids, for yourself, it's up to each one of us to be honest and trustworthy, regardless of what others around us might be doing. It might be tougher in certain circumstances, but that's the difference between a leader and a follower. Do you think it was easy for Nelson Mandela or Gandhi to achieve their objectives? Believe it, visualize it, and achieve it. Thanks for watching. Leave us your comments in the box below. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe.